Greetings world, we are anonymous. This is a call to take to the streets once again. In May, more than 30,000 officers from all over the country marched through the Capitol in the biggest demonstration by police ever held. They demanded that the government halt its cuts and privatization of the service. We are totally opposed to attempts to privatize the police. The police force is an unaccountable institution. However, Anonymous believe that a private service would be far worse. The ordinary people have the power and the motive to organize our own collective protection from crime and violence. The private security firm G4S has openly stated that it wants to become closely involved in the privatization of policing services. Clearly there is, at the very least, some doubt as to its ability to efficiently provide these services. This kind of incompetent approach to our national security is unacceptable and shows the perils of policing on the cheap and replacing fully warranted police officers with privately employed contractors chasing profits and responsible to shareholders. G4S said that private companies will be running large parts of the police service within 5 years, and that the public doesn't care. This is despite a recent survey of 2,000 adults that showed almost 2/3 did not want operational functions of local policing handed over to private companies. More than half said they would be less likely to vote for a political party that wanted to use private companies in the police service. A similar number said they would feel less safe if a private company was answering emergency calls. The people do not want their local police services to be sold off to profit-making private companies. As cuts intensify, and there is every reason to believe that they will, the case against privatization grows only stronger. What freedoms we once had are slowly being sold to the highest bidder. Once private companies take out their profits, as they are obliged to do by their shareholders, the pot of money left to pay for local policing will shrink further, leaving the public with a poorer police service. Anonymous hereby declares war on all private security firms wishing to take over the security of the United Kingdom. The police force is supposed to be owned by the people. Private security firms are a law unto themselves. In May, West Midlands Police delayed plans to contract out some roles to private firms until after the Olympics. West Midlands Police have decided to defer the decision until after the police commissioner elections on November 15th. Anonymous calls on everyone to come to Birmingham in the West Midlands on the 25th of August at 2 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Gather in Victoria Square, Birmingham, and get ready for a march on the Bull Ring, the fortress that symbolizes everything wrong with privatization. Anonymous were assaulted by private security from the Bull Ring in 2011 for simply wanting to give free hugs. The lack of experience of these hired thugs resulted in them not handling the situation very well. In fact, on that day they assaulted many members of the public, including women and children. On the 25th of August we ask you to mobilize in Birmingham city centre. Bring banners, signs, megaphones, and cameras. This is a coordinated strike by anonymous activists around the world. You can expect to see action from us both online and offline. Anonymous is a loosely organized international movement of online activists who share similar social and political ideals. Anonymous promotes access to information, free speech, transparency, and also supports various anti-corruption and anti-authoritarian movements. Anonymous asks all activist groups in the United Kingdom to get behind this action. Anonymous are generally perceived as anarchic, with no controlling leadership. Basically, individual members make their own decisions and relay their protest ideas and activities to one another via social media. If those ideas and activities gather enough support in that community, a collective agreement is made. Dates and virtual meeting times are set, and participants proceed to launch a campaign to accomplish whatever goal they've set out to achieve. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive, we do not forget. Operation Birmingham initiated. Expect us.